The remains of former President Jimmy Carter will head to Washington in the next hour, where the 39th president will lie in state at the Capitol for 2 days. A state funeral will be held at the National Cathedral on Thursday. He will then be brought back to Georgia, where he will be laid to rest. I want to bring in CBS News correspondent Skyler Henry, who's following the very latest for us and has been tracking this from the very beginning. Skyler, what is the process for bringing the president's body to Washington today?
Well, Vlad, good morning to you. In a couple of hours, there will be a brief ceremony here at the Carter Center where staff and volunteers will pay their final respects to the 39th president before they are then transported to Dobbins Air Force Base. And then from there, the 39th president will be taken to Andrews Air Force Base, where he will then be greeted for another brief ceremony. And then the late president, along with his family, will have a series of ceremonies before they end up at the U.S. Capitol. One of the main stops will be in front of the U.S. Navy Memorial, obviously signifying and recognizing Jimmy Carter's time in the Navy. He will then be brought to the U.S. Capitol, where he will lie in state. There will be a service there as well, where we anticipate eulogies from Senate Majority Leader John Thune, as well as Speaker Mike Johnson, along with Vice President Kamala Harris. And after that service, there will be an opportunity for the public to pay their final respects at the U.S. Capitol between 6 p.m. and midnight tonight. They say that lines will be long, and because of the weather in that area, they anticipate some delays. And so they are asking people, if they do plan on going out to pay their respects to the late president, to dress warmly and to be prepared for potentially long wait times.
And Skyler, you were there in Atlanta. You had been there in Atlanta for the past few days as the public got a chance to pay their respects there. What were folks telling you?
Well, a range of things, Vlad. Many people far and wide who've come out here to pay their respects simply said that they wanted to honor the man that meant so much to the state of Georgia, meant so much to the world. And really recognizing what he was able to do as it relates to the second act, that post-presidency, if you will, and all of the things that he was able to accomplish here at the Carter Center, whether that in the names of humanitarian rights or democracy or health care initiatives, and really coming out to say, this is a guy who not only walked the walk, but talked the talk in so many ways. They say that he was perhaps one of the last statesmen with humility. They also appreciated what he was able to do, not only around the world, but down in Plains, right? So much so that the people who grew to know him called him Mr. Jimmy, because they say that he didn't walk around and move around as if he was the president and leader of the free world. He was just the neighbor next door. And so they say that, yes, they will miss him. Yes, they appreciate all that he's done, but they really say, job well done, Mr. President.
Indeed. Skyler Henry for us this morning from Atlanta, Georgia. Skyler, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it.